This is District Attorney David Miller for Lowndes County. And when the Kendrick Johnson movement members were arrested, this is a young man from Morehouse College in Atlanta who came to our aid. And I just want to share a little bit of what the district attorney said to this young man and the questions he had for me, George Boston Ryans, when I asked about the 31 jail deaths. I want you to listen to his response as the district attorney, who I'm aware, I believe that he's concerned about human beings and the life of fellow Georgians. And so listen to this short interview that was done here at the Lowndes County Judicial Complex. Listen, please.
Well, of course, the Sheriff's Department is not going to release the details of the investigation until the investigation is complete and they have everything from the G.B.R. Well, I'm not in charge of the exploit statements. I'm telling you that in any law enforcement investigation, until they get all the evidence back in from the crime lab and have a completed autopsy report, they're not going to open their investigation to the public. Now, at the proper time, when all the stuff comes back in from the G.B.R., this will run its proper course, and this thing will be made totally public to the public, open to the public. So, you know, the dilemma here is that the G.B.I. is not adequately funded in order to give us timely results. And, well, I know, we've met in the office, and yeah, you're welcome in my office anytime.
Mr. Miller,
yes.
Do you think that sufficient amount of time have occurred for the suffering parent, the mother and father, to have received some type of answer to some of their questions?
I think in all cases of child deaths that we should have timely results from the G.B.I. so that all families can get the type of closure that they need in these cases. This case is not unusual in the amount of delay that we're having from the G.B.I. in getting DNA results, in autopsy reports. When we have child fatality reviews, a 3-month delay is not unusual at all for the autopsy report. Often that's because of toxicology and DNA. You know, these folks have every right as citizens to stand up here on the corner and demand justice. And justice is going to happen in this courthouse. And it will be in our country. You know, those people aren't being. So what is the consequence for a black man in the court? I'm not in charge of prosecuting the misdemeanors. Obviously, you have the right to protest and exercise your First Amendment rights as long as you're not interfering with the rights of other citizens. So, what I'm saying is, if every family who is disgruntled and angry and frustrated about the delay in getting reports back from the G.B.I., if we had this type of thing going on in 159 counties in Georgia, perhaps the legislature would adequately fund the G.B.I. so all families of deceased children wouldn't be waiting 3 or 4 months.
One more question. One single question. The question I want to ask you. This case is a little unique in that the coroner had some disagreements with the sheriff, and that had been published publicly. And so this case is a little different from many of the other cases since I've retired here from the United States Armed Forces.
Okay, this case is unusual in the facts and the circumstances, I agree. And the community interest is probably greater in this case than the ordinary child death. And that is why both the Sheriff's Department and I have both been in touch with the G.B.I. asking them to expedite the DNA results of the autopsy in this case. The thing about this now, when we expedite this case, that means we're skipping over other people.
There's another person on the rest.
Who also died, who also wants answers. So my point is, everybody should be able to get timely results. Everybody should be able to get this information back so that we can see how our children are dying in this state. I do not have the completed case report yet. I know that on the scene, the Sheriff's Department was there, the G.B.I. was there, the Dallas Police Department had a presence there. So it's the who called the G.B.I., I'm not aware of that yet. But ultimately, when I get the completed case report, and I have the entire report, and a report from every agency that's involved, then of course we'll have all those answers. But I'm not in a position to answer specific questions like that today. Sure. Pardon? She's doing good. She started graduate school this summer. Master's degree in
And once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press, and I want to thank District Attorney David Miller for answering the questions.
Ms. Miller, there's other things in the community too that have generated questions. For instance, it's not only the death of Kendrick Johnson, but we have also had many other incidents, such as the number of jail deaths, and it seems like nobody will even talk about that here in Lowndes County. We just found out about the lab here and what's everything that's going on. But people have serious questions about what's going on here. We are leading the state of Georgia in jail deaths. So don't you think that complicates everything as far as a citizen here in the community?
What's your specific?
My specific question is, with the 31 jail deaths from 1994 to 2009, and from 2009 to 2013, it's like top secret. The news media, nobody knows about those jail deaths. And so my question is, short form, in addition to what we already know that's going on here, don't you think that puts the citizen at a disadvantage in terms of trusting the coroner, the sheriff's department, and other legal entities in the community?
Every time there's a death in a jail in Georgia, the G.B.R. is called in to investigate. If there are suspicious circumstances and there's an identifiable assailant involved, those cases go to a grand jury and those cases get handled up in Superior Court, just like the people that are killed out in the prison system. So, I don't think there's been any secret deaths occurring in the Lowndes County Jail. As far as to whether or not that is a larger than average per capita number, I certainly have not done the investigation statewide to look into that.
Well, it's been reported in the Journal-Constitution. It's well documented that we are leading the state of Georgia in jail deaths, and we don't even know. But we let
number and per capita. What?
Well,
I'm not familiar with that.
That's okay. That's okay.
Once again, thanks to District Attorney David Miller, who has been serving the people in Lowndes County for quite a while. I want to thank him. I want to thank the beautiful brother from Waycross, Georgia. Once again, this is the